How's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day and staying safe out there. Lasagna Part 2, Challenge Go! We are going to fully automate lasagna in this run. How I do it may shock you. Stick around, check it out! In the last video, you were left on a cliffhanger. Pumpkin soup or dinner rush? I obviously chose pumpkin soup. I mean, just simply chopped up pumpkin bits. Already gonna have to throw away the seeds. Not much is changing. Just need a lot more chopped up pumpkin bits. Luckily for me, I got 3 compactor bins, all ready to go. This lasagna challenge hasn't been as easy as, say, hitting that like button, but it's been pretty fun and enjoyable. While reviewing the VOD, I do notice that I finally do have a waiting table. I also put it really far away from the metal tables. So if you've noticed, and you're wondering why, I don't even know why. It's funny to me, because now that I'm seeing it, I go, why did I do that? It is what it is. One of the frustrations with this map is that the research space is not really easy, because there's not a really big square space where I can just have a long research line. So I'm basically doing research in 2 different spots. One behind my avatar, and the other one in that little reddish orange room. Lucky for me, it seems like sides are now popping up. Mashed potatoes as a side will help decrease that customer count, and since it's individualized dining, oof, it's a little rough. I finally got pumpkin pies into a freezer and automated. It doesn't make it very fast, but it's more than fast enough for this restaurant. Now, if only I can get that automation lasagna up and running. Finally noticed that the waiting table has to be moved. It did move it closer. I also have a couple more frozen prep stations. Those are going to be used for the soups, and might be going a little crazy with those blueprint desks. We're not going to talk about that, though. I took a risk, and I picked up another pumpkin patch. Now I have to make the pumpkin pie. It's not in an automated fashion, but more manually. While the plus side is now the pumpkin soup itself is always going to be made in an automated fashion. Not sure that was the best route. It seems to have paid itself off. It does work and it does save me some time. Then 2 cards popped up. Got high standards and rice pudding. I've never made rice pudding before. And, quite honestly, none of the food would technically burn. So I went with rice pudding. Less customers was going to save me. Individualized dining and the number of customers coming in was stressful, to say the least. So to save me some time, I kind of changed the restaurant around, had all of the items necessary that needed to be chopped for lasagna, all at the bottom half of my restaurant. That setup, though, really did pay off. It was a little bit of a run to make tomato soup still, but hey, that's okay. Finally, overtime day 14, I got pumpkin pies re-automated. Oh, thank gosh. Yes, we're not going to talk about the fact that I have 7 blueprint desks. You're probably wondering, right about now. Where's that fabled automation of lasagna? Guess what? In overtime day 16, it does happen. Before that, I get two card options. It's a date atmosphere and a cheese board. I already have two different types of dessert, and cheese board is out of the question. To get the automation of lasagna made, here's the trick that I learned from cheese board though. What I did is I made sure that the pot could be recycled up to the top combiner. Then when it hits, it would automatically launch itself down the line of all the other combiners to the final hob, where sauce was waiting to be combined with everything else. The moment that happened, it would start cooking and make that delicious, delicious lasagna. The way I set up the automation for lasagna required a smart grabber. The reason for this is that if you didn't have it, you grab the tomato sauce, move it down the line. That's not what we needed here. I also wanted it automatically portioned, and that the moment the last portion's done, it would be fed back to the top of that combiner. All so that it keeps on making. We're not going to talk about what's happening on the far left part of our restaurant. We're just going to focus on the fact that I don't have an auto plater. I really need auto busing setup and auto plating. That would save me so much more time. It is what it is. The restaurant is progressing quite well. I noticed that my research area is kind of small. That's because this map is kind of difficult to do research in. I'm struggling to find the space necessary to maximize my discounting and copying. It doesn't help, a relaxed atmosphere and ice cream pops up. Oh no, they don't like ice cream. It makes it difficult to automate things. So, of course I choose relaxed atmosphere. Finally, in overtime day 19, I get auto busing set up. Not auto plating, but it's good enough. At some point, I will get that plating done. Not sure how to fit it into this restaurant. With some magic on my end, I finally got that auto plating done. Things are starting to finally auto-deliver to the tables. So now I don't actually have to deliver the lasagna to the tables at all. Oof, that's a lifesaver. I do still need to deliver the desserts to the appropriate table. There are 3 tables, not 2, and that was kind of my challenge to myself. How do I automate deliver 3 tables versus just the 2 that I normally run with? It was an interesting challenge. I get lucky over time day 21, because at the end of it, I get chips. This is another side, which allows me to continue on this crazy long run. I finally got rid of fully automated making of pumpkin soup. Now switch to an on-demand soup style of making things. Not sure it was a good call. It was kind of stressful because now I need to make sure that I don't over request. Keeping track of that and the orders was a lot to handle. I did pull it off, and we continue on strong in this episode. So I took it one step further. Let's auto-deliver all the soup to the tables. And that's exactly what I did. It was a bit of a hassle. Try to organize the restaurant, clean out certain things. I lost a bunch of blueprint desks, which saddens my heart. But hey, things are now auto-delivering to the tables in a very easy manner. Things are going so smoothly. And I have to tell you, I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, honestly, things are just going so swell. As you probably guessed, I jinxed myself. If you watched any of my prior videos, you would be laughing hysterically right now. It is what it is. Which would you choose? Thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, make sure to tap that like button and leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.